Hey guys, power couple here. Logan, Sarah.
Hey, how's it going? Um, so now Logan's the one with the fancy list.
Yeah, so we wanted to do top 10 lists for movies, music, and shows, but Sarah tells me that she doesn't think she watched 10 new movies in 2016.
Oh, I just couldn't remember all the movies that I had watched. There was a lot. I already know that, but like I'm having like a lot of it's blurring together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like 2015 and 2016, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I did that a couple months ago," and I'm like,
You think
"That was a year ago."
you would think that something you did in 2016 was actually what you did in 2015 or vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Uh-huh.
But most of the things that he has on his list, I agree on. So
All right. So let's get started. Honorable mentions first, like the last one. First one I have here is Treasure Planet. I watched that for the first time. Shared that with me. My thoughts on it. It's a space pirate movie. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
yeah, it's really sad that that's like one of their least profitable movies that they've ever made.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of these are older movies I've noticed because like we dabbled in a lot of older movies that we haven't seen. Like I showed him a lot of movies from my childhood that I watched, and he put a lot of them are either in honorable mentions or on this list. Anyway,
Mostly animated, but
yeah,
that's what I think. Well, at least our generation, that's what we mostly watched as kids.
yeah. I wish that Pixar would do more 2D animation.
Yeah. Treasure Planet. Any other thoughts?
It's a lot better than I thought it was. I thought it was as a kid.
Opening scene was okay, but then it got a little slow. I guess I just like the part wherever they were on a ship and doing something.
Yeah, and the characters are really, really well thought out.
Yeah, like the I don't remember his name, the big guy.
Yeah.
With the prosthetics.
Yeah.
You seem like you're gonna hate him, but then he actually has a heart.
Yeah, my favorite character is Morph, though.
Oh, his little pet.
friend, yeah.
Well, I think pet's probably the wrong word, because when it comes to sci-fi species like that, you could technically get it wrong or something like that.
Yeah, Morph is really cute.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of Flubber.
Oh, with
Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy.
I watched that movie a long time ago. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, next one, The Dark Knight Rises. It's silly. We watched The Dark Knight right before it, so I was like, oh boy, time for this one. And I was going into it knowing that Bane was kind of silly, but almost every time he was on screen, I laughed a little.
Also, the DVD that we had cut out, so we missed like maybe 20 minutes of the movie.
Oh, right. Ugh. That was annoying.
So I had to look up what happened, which was irritating. The whole time I thought of was the like lead singer of Disturbed.
Yeah. I was just now thinking that.
Yeah, so we were making jokes the whole time about like down with the sickness jokes. Like we were doing that.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Next we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, a classic.
First time seeing it, it's probably the most nonchalant out of all of these, because again, it's just a guy getting out of class and just doing whatever.
I was actually thinking about this like today, but like I noticed that how in some of those movies, like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and like Home Alone, where stuff happens and then like it miraculously happens. Like for example, whenever Ferris's dad didn't look up whenever he was running, I was like, how do you not see him?
I that was a bit more. I think that was quite comical, honestly.
Yeah, it was funny, but like you would think that wouldn't happen in real life.
I remember there was some part that we laughed really hard at. I think did he have a sister?
Oh yeah, he had a sister. I don't remember what her name was, but she had a sister, and then she's like, I have a raging case of herpes. And then because the principal guy was trying to get into the Ferris's house because he knew he was faking.
Yeah, so relaxed, quite enjoyable. I I wouldn't rush to watch it again. That's why it's on my honorable mention. But if it happened to be on, I'd be okay watching it.
Yeah, the only reason I wasn't allowed to watch it whenever I was younger is because it drops one F-bomb.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my parents...
That's still a PG rating, though, right?
Yeah, but that's the 80s.
That's funny.
Because Jurassic Park was rated PG.
Well, yeah, but but that had pretty good editing in it, so it was scary on different reasons.
Yeah, but yeah, people still cursed and stuff in there though. They would go like.
Well, Samuel Jackson was in it too.
Yeah, he was. Hold on to your butts.
All right. Next on the list was Secret Life of Pets. Basically Toy Story with dogs, but the dogs looked nice. Voice actors were pretty good. Kevin Hart wasn't annoying.
Yeah, he wasn't that irritating.
You actually saw it?
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times. My roommates watched it a lot. I think my favorite part actually is as funny as it sounds was the end, but the ending part was really nice because it shows everybody, all of the owners coming home, and you get to see the pets like loving the owners and stuff like that. And, like, the Falcon had the little old man, and I was like, oh yeah. That's so cute.
I just couldn't get out of my head that this was...
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Toy Story to the death, so...
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I think I was told beforehand it was like that, so that kind of ruined it for me. Like, if I went without knowing anything about it, I might have catched on, but definitely not thinking it throughout the entire thing.
Oh yeah. Also, we found the band System of a Down because of the commercials.
Did we not say that?
No. Well, we said
there was a trailer.
Yeah. Okay. But it was still that was fun.
Okay. Next one, The Iron Giant. Another one you recommended that we watch. Who was this by, or what company?
I think it was Warner Bros.
Right. I don't think I had any previous experience watching an animated Warner Brothers animated film, and I really liked this one. Like, it took itself pretty seriously, but in a good way. Like, whenever it had a serious moment, you really notice with like the dark colors in the background. The emotion was, I felt it. Like, yeah, like it didn't just go over my head. I was like, oh. Yeah,
like it had very, very. It was basically both an adult and a child could watch it.
Right,
like, and it would be enjoyable. So, for example, I remember, as a kid, my least favorite part is when the deer got shot. Because I would always get really upset.
Oh yeah.
But that was the point.
Yeah.
And
do you think that was mocking Bambi?
Maybe.
No, I'm thinking of the Warner Brothers from Animaniacs.
Oh yeah.
There was an actual bit where they made fun of Bambi.
Oh.
Anyway.
But, and that's what made me cry in Guardians of the Galaxy even more, because Vin Diesel also plays the Iron Giant, and so the part with Groot at the very end of Guardians of the Galaxy made me cry even harder because it made me think of the giant, and I was like, no. Even though he came back, so it's fine.
They just gotta throw the Iron Giant in a Man of Steel movie.
Oh yeah, because he does say he's Superman. I love that. It's a good movie. Definitely watch it.
And then finally on the honorable mentions is the Rescuers. This one was probably the cuter on the honorable mentions, like with the little mice, and they're all dressed up in like like that little area where there was like multicultural.
Yeah, the Rescue Society.
Yeah.
Where all of them were from the different countries, and there was Bianca, who was, I think she was French, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah, and Bernard was from New York.
Yeah.
That's also another one of the movies that I grew up with. I think one of my favorite things about that movie is that especially with like the crocodiles and stuff like that, you can see the draw lines on like you can see where they rough sketched some of the animations, and also it's just about like cute little mice, and there's
lighthearted story. Again, I really like the backgrounds. That I think was this another one that was painted. I know 101 Dalmatians had painted backgrounds.
Yeah, like it had a lot. I like, especially in the beginning, it had a lot of painted stuff.
I like that. Yeah, just a simple movie. Well, I feel like that's sort of an insult saying that it's simple, but
it's just easy on the eyes. And...
Yeah. All right, ready for the list?
Yep, ready for the list.
Okay, number 10. Batman v Superman.
Really? Oh, okay. I see. I mean, I've actually never seen this movie. I've only seen like the very end, like whenever the part where they have the spear and they throw it in the water, and that's as far as I've seen after.
Yeah. I want. What do I say about this? Because I feel like most people don't like it, and I can tell because the story was not only confusing when watching it, and some parts just didn't make sense. Like, miraculously, both of their mothers was named Martha.
Yeah. Hail Martha! Like, I've seen that part.
But, like, what draws me is just them two fighting each other. I think that was the main thing everyone wanted. They just want to see a reason for them to fight each other.
I think a lot of people were just jumping on the bandwagon, and people were just like... yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, just because it's a DC...
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily right. I mean, there were some things that I didn't like about the movie, but there wasn't any parts that I like generally was like, no. The only thing I could probably say that it was a little long.
Yeah, and there's even an extended cut.
Yeah, and then also one thing I did appreciate is that Lois Lane actually did something. Like, because that really bothers me with the heroine character.
Well, she threw away the staff, but they ultimately needed it, so she made a bad decision.
Yeah, but like she also almost drowned trying to get it back. So.
Oh God.
Yeah. So like she tried to do stuff.
And for some people, Jesse Eisenberg was sort of intolerable. I don't know. I think it was alright. I think it was kind of weird what he did with the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it was a little... It was a really interesting take on Lex Luthor, but, like, it wasn't necessarily terrible.
I mean, I don't know, we...
He's not the comic book person.
We aren't, either. We have friends who have, I have one friend in particular who really likes DC stuff, so sometimes I would ask him about stuff. But, yeah, my knowledge on, say, Lex Luthor is very minimal compared to...
I just was confused because in all of the comics that I've seen, or pictures that I've seen, he was super buff and he was also bald, so I was really confused
I know
by
the
his
bald.
character. But then I also noticed that Jesse Eisenberg's character was going a little crazy, and that was really interesting. And then they shaved his head, so...
You're like, oh, it's that guy.
Okay, yeah. And then a lot of people were throwing up bullshit about how Superman's dead. I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way he's dead. Like, he's Superman.
Yeah. Even though I think it was in the comics that,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The guy who they actually fought killed him.
Doomsday? Yeah.
Yeah, Doomsday.
And also, I looked at the way that Doomsday was supposed to look, and it was pretty accurate.
They could have saved that. I think I've heard a lot of people say that if they saved that for a more, like, say in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been a much greater impact. But they just threw it here in the second of the DC cinematic
Also,
universe.
another thing that I thought that was a little off, just this one more thing, is that how Wonder Woman randomly showed up.
Oh, yeah.
If they would have done it like in the Avengers whenever Thor, like... came, that would have been a little better. But, like, maybe they could have made a Wonder Woman villain come out and then her, and not be the villain for the movie, you know?
I guess that's why I think they're trying to establish themselves differently, because they introduced Wonder Woman in a different film, and now, in this year, she's getting her origin film.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I really hope that they don't mess it up.
Anyway, so, if I wouldn't go on my way to watch it again, but if it was on, I would definitely watch it.
Yeah, definitely. It's not as terrible as everybody's making it out to be.
In our opinions.
Yeah, in our opinion.
But if we had a greater knowledge of film and such, like one person we know.
Yeah.
We could probably see why people hate it more.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 9, Seven. Now, this was a film that same person I'm talking about they showed me this film. I
don't think I've seen it.
It had I know it had Morgan Freeman, and then it had Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Basically it was a mystery.
Okay.
Somebody was going around doing strange things. But each thing they did correlated to the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of tension. The final scene was really gripping. Like, I was definitely on the edge of my seat when I was watching that. But it's probably not something I'll watch again, since seeing it once, it's one of those where you just pretty much watch it once. If you watch it again, you'll probably get like barely as much of as thrilled as the time before.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Well, that's interesting. I have never heard of that.
Yeah, so a better story than Batman v Superman, but I don't think I would watch it again. 8, I put Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the only thing that I thought was bad about that movie was they had too many songs. Like in the first 5 minutes, they changed songs 3 times. That bothered me.
I didn't like the villain.
Yeah.
There was nothing interesting about her.
Yeah. They killed off the best character. Diablo.
Oh, I thought...
Did you mean Slipknot? No. Yeah, they shouldn't have even had him in there. Like,
there was no point.
There was no point. I mean, I guess they needed it to show that the app thingy worked.
Yeah.
But like, they could have done that a different way.
Yeah, and we have our thoughts video about this.
Yeah, so if you want to look at that, go check it out.
So I would say it was at least somewhat of a better story, or at least I like the characters more in this than Superman.
I've seen Suicide Squad 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I would I placed it above Batman v Superman, and thus I hope that Wonder Woman blows this one out of the way.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. Also one other thing that I didn't really like about it is that there was 2 main characters, and whenever it should have been about the whole squad, like the Avengers was.
Oh. Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 7, The Dark Knight. God, I'm gonna.
Best Joker of the year. Like, well, Jared Leto did a fairly decent job of what he was given. I would say, like,
he wasn't given enough screen time.
Yeah, that's very true, but I'm sure he'll get more.
Okay.
But anyway. But I think hands down everybody says that Heath Ledger's the best Joker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of good action in this film. Another gripping one towards the end, where he had to make that decision. Yeah. I won't spoil it here, but...
Oh yeah, and I think the reason why I had such a vendetta for Batman v Superman is because they made Christian Bale not Batman.
Oh yeah.
And he's been Batman for such a long time that I was like, no.
Well, he was only for the trilogy that came out before this.
I know, but I thought he was the perfect one.
Yeah, but there's been Batmans before Christian Bale.
Yeah, at least he's not George Clooney.
Ben Affleck's pretty good, though.
Yeah, he was okay. Hannah says that she likes the Ben Affleck one better.
Anyway, so yeah, Dark Knight. I actually bought it on Blu-ray. Yeah. So I definitely want to watch it again.
It's weird because before I've only seen like the second half of it, and then finally we were on a trip, and I finally saw the whole thing.
You're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so that's why that happened.
Yeah, and I did see Batman Begins long ago, but I barely remember anything from it.
I've never seen that. But
the only thing I remember is that I think there was a storm going on, and that it took a while for the movie to actually start.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But The Dark Knight's a great movie. It's really, really intense, though. Mm-hmm. And long.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like 3 hours long. 2.5 hours long, maybe.
Probably 2.5.
Yeah, probably.
If it was on TV, then it would be 3 because of commercials.
Yeah, but like it's very, very intense. So for those people who get anxious during stuff like that, I would be careful. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6, I have El Dorado.
Oh, the road to El Dorado?
That was probably second most fun I had watching a movie past year.
Yeah. That's another movie from my childhood, and I love that one.
This was another Warner Brothers, right?
No, that's actually DreamWorks.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
a long time ago.
I just love the expressions those two characters make.
Yeah, I love God, Tulio and Miguel and Tulio.
Okay.
And also there's a lot of memes about the Road to El Dorado, and those are great. And also one thing I did really appreciate it, since I'm a history nerd, they did a lot of things right with like the natives there.
Oh, with the culture.
Yeah, they looked like natives, like with their noses and stuff like that. And then they actually have a ball game like that.
That looked really hard though.
I don't think it was high though. But and also the sacrificing thing, like whenever the team lost, and he's like, there will be sacrifice that actually happened.
Oh.
Yeah. But I also love the horse character, Altivo. He was one of Logan's pet peeves is that he doesn't like it whenever horses act like dogs.
That's more of a Disney thing.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that. I know in Tangled and Frozen they do this. Both the animal characters act like dogs.
Yeah. Altivo acts more like a person, so it's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically, like, he'll mouth things. Like, for example, whenever and they were sitting in the boat and they were saying El Dorado, but the horse did it too. So it was funny. Yeah. And there's also a cute little armadillo character. He doesn't really say much, but, like, you can see him in every scene.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, oh, yeah, there he is. It was very colorful, too.
Yeah, colorful, a lot of fun.
Elton John.
Yeah, definitely would watch again.
Yeah.
Number 5, Zootopia. We watched that one together.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of gross fan art of this.
It's just the demographic that it appealed to.
Yeah. I have to say that Zootopia really was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It was creative.
Yeah, and plus, I honestly related to Judy a lot.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, so and especially with the college thing, like her being loud, people screaming, and her being to her parents. Like my mom talked to me about this too, and I was like, yeah, everything's great. And whenever it's not, yeah, and I remember like I talked to my mom, and that's how I was feeling like whenever I went the first couple of months in college. And I just like how even though she was a tiny little bunny, she kicked butt.
Yeah. The twist actually got me, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah, I knew it.
Whatever.
Also, the only thing that really bothered me was that there's only mammals. There was no birds. Yeah. There was no reptiles.
Oh yeah, I saw a comment about that. Like, where's the fish?
Yeah, that's weird to me.
So there is racism.
Yeah.
Species.
There's species. There's no such thing as that.
And Pop Song was okay.
Yeah, that was like a gimmick.
Yeah, but
And they also had the token gay character.
To what?
The token gay character, you know, like the leopard that was fat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he was still a good character.
Yeah, he was alright.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Captain America: Civil War.
Yay.
Another brawler of teammates.
Okay, I'm team Cap for life.
Yes, you are.
So, but I always have been. But like, I think personally that the villain for the Captain America Civil War was probably one of the best Marvel has produced in a long time.
He was successful.
And plus, he was a normal guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a businessman like in the Iron Man films.
Yeah, and he was the only one who actually won.
Yeah, that's why I said successful.
Okay. Yeah. So, and props to the actor for, I don't know who it is, but the guy who played Zemo, he was pretty good.
this is mostly for that airport fight scene, and then of course how tense it got whenever it was just Cap and Iron Man and Bucky.
Oh yeah, that almost made my heart stop because I thought that it's been a while, so I'll just go.
But the rest of it was kind of clunky.
Yeah, there were some parts where it was kind of difficult to see because it was the camera was shaking, and
People commented on how like it had a little bit of the shaky cam syndrome.
Yeah, and that bothered, but it kind of quit that was towards the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It kind of quit after that. And also I loved how they made like Wanda a powerful character like she should be.
Yeah.
And also I love SpiderMan, so
I wish I didn't have that in the trailer. Like, it would have been crazy.
It would have been so much crazier if they had, like, I would have peed my pants probably.
I think it's because of that we're a bit more resilient on watching trailers now.
Yeah, and also they did honestly a lot of people are gonna. I've never seen either of the Amazing Spider-Man, so I don't know how Andrew Garfield is. To me, he was too pretty to be Peter Parker.
He wasn't like the nerd type.
Yes, and that's what Peter Parker was.
Yeah.
I think that Tom Holland plays almost a perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah, and Tobey Maguire was okay.
Yeah, he's my OG though. I love him.
Yeah, but not in Spider-Man 3.
No, he became emo and could suddenly play piano.
But that was also kind of funny.
That was funny though. That's why it's funny. But anyway, I thought Tom Holland played a really good Spider-Man. A lot of people complained that he was really chatty, but that's the way Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Deadpool's partner or something like that.
Yeah, they're always together because and I also like the one thing I got confused is that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, people who actually know, I think in the comics for Civil War he was actually on Team Cap. But in this one they switched it up. I mean, it made sense the way they did it in the movie. And then it also set them up for the new Spider-Man movie,
which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm really excited for. And they're adding a new villain. But like overall, it's good.
Yeah. Number 3, I put Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. We already did our thoughts about this again. Reason why it's not higher, again, not many characters I cared about, but again, that final fight scene I loved to death, and then the scene with Darth Vader.
I think Rogue One did a very good job in summarizing why people like Star Wars.
Yes.
And also it'll get a lot of people excited for Star Wars 8 that's coming out this year.
Yeah, hopefully we see something different, because Force Awakens and this played it a bit safe. Because, Force Awakens was almost like an entire retelling of the original Star Wars story.
Almost.
And then this one was right before that, so we're going to get a completely new experience.
I honestly thought that Rogue One was a little bit more violent than a lot of them.
Yes, because there was no Jedi.
Yeah.
There was no politics. Well, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But not as much as we're used to, like in the prequels.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it would have been higher if I cared a little bit more about the characters, or the intro wasn't so clunky.
Yeah, I will admit that. And also, it had quite a few memes that I thought were funny. So.
Like what?
Like with that one character, I am the Force, the Force was with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like memes about that.
Yeah, but again, he was a likable character, unlike some of them. Okay. Number 2, I put Deadpool.
I've never seen it. I know, kill me. But, like, literally every single time, like, I have the opportunity to, it's, like, at the very end, and I'm like, shit.
Isn't that the same story of Dark Knight?
No, but it's, like, the last 10 minutes.
Oh, instead of the second half.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn it.
Most fun I've had watching a movie this.
Didn't you go see it with your dad?
I saw it with my dad.
That's awkward.
No, because, again, Star Wars is usually a thing, but he's like, let's go see Deadpool.
Your dad said that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, he's the one who asked. And I saw him laugh a lot. And that doesn't... I mean, he usually laughs at dirty stuff.
Yeah, your dad's pretty chill about that kind of stuff, though.
So yeah, we both enjoyed it. A lot of funny jokes. The story, while it did sort of work, like, it played out the first scene where he was like fighting men in like a street, but then has a backstory of how he got his powers and such.
Yeah.
But it worked kind of.
Yeah,
Like,
and I also love how Ryan Reynolds put most of his money in that movie.
He put a lot of effort in it, and that's what I like to credit his effort, and he's a pretty good Deadpool.
A lot of people were telling Ryan Reynolds that he needed to be in Logan, but he said that he would love to do a movie with Wolverine.
Yeah.
But he said that Deadpool would ruin the mood for that movie. So I was like,
yeah, this one's good. The Logan seems to be really serious.
I'm really excited for that movie because I love me some Wolverine.
Yeah. Deadpool, I should probably get the Blu-ray for it.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely love to watch that again.
And they're making a sequel, so I definitely need to see it.
They actually did a cameo at the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like,
oh,
yeah,
really?
It was like, why are you still here? The movie's over.
Oh, and kind of like, okay, that's funny.
Except that, oh yeah, he was also in a bathrobe.
That's funny. And whenever you saw Ferris Bueller, I remember you were laughing, and I was like, what's so funny?
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder if I was trying to keep that secret, just in case you were going to see Deadpool, but
yeah.
It's almost been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Okay, and finally, number one, I put Doctor Strange as number one of the movies I've seen in 2016.
Well, that's because you're a Cumberbitch. No, he's not really. I'm just making fun of him.
I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's a really likable actor. I've seen some of Sherlock, and then we
saw Star Trek 2.
We watched Star Trek 2. That should have gone on my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Because we watched that. But, yeah, I really liked his character. And I mean, at first he was sort of an asshole because he was like, I'm so good at my job, nothing's bad gonna happen. And then something bad happens, and he sort of goes through this an arc of changing to a better person.
Yeah, I honestly felt really bad for him at the beginning because I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like not being able to use my hands anymore.
He could have been hurt in any way, but specifically it was his hands, and he needed those.
Yeah. And also, although the only thing I got a knock for is that it was some of the magic stuff was confusing as shit.
Yeah, it was confusing.
I think that was the point, though.
Yeah, but it still looked good.
Yeah, it had a lot of funny characters like Wong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the villain was iffy.
Yeah, boring. Another boring. Villain.
One tidbit though is that the guy who summoned Dormammu was the same character who played Galen Erso in Rogue One.
Oh right, you told me that.
Yeah. Also, I also liked the female character. I forgot her name. I think it's Kristen. I'm not sure though.
It's been a while.
Because
are you talking about the
nurse?
The nurse. Okay, I thought you were talking about the bald female character.
Oh, Tilda Swinton. Yeah, she was good. But I'm kind of biased because I liked her in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I really like the characters, the visuals. Oh,
yeah, and
so
I honestly it made me Doctor Strange made me want to go straight to India and go learn that shit.
Yeah. It got me this. I had the same feeling for whenever that one scene in Ant-Man, whenever he got really tiny.
Yeah.
I had the same feeling throughout the entire film whenever they were doing magic shit to change the environment.
Yeah, and then I'm also really excited for the ending scene at the very, very end. Whenever he said that he was going to
be with Thor. Yeah,
well, Thor saw him and he was like, I need you to talk to my brother. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh boy.
Like I literally gasped and everybody looked at me in the audience. But yeah, for movies this was a pretty good year.
Well, most of these weren't from this year, but
yeah, but the 2016 movies were pretty good.
I mean, we're not doing a bad list, but if we were to do a bad list, what would you have on there?
I don't really have.
I can think of one in particular.
I don't really dislike movies. You know what I mean? Which one?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. That was mediocre. I mean, it's okay if you haven't seen the other two, But if you have seen the other two, then you're not gonna hate it.
People have to at least admit that Suicide Squad was better than Ghostbusters.
Oh hell yeah! I love Suicide Squad way more than Ghostbusters.
Okay. I think we're done here for movies.
Okay.
Be looking forward for 2017. Like, there's a lot of good shit coming out this year.
Definitely.
Or at least we're hoping it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's all kinds of superhero movies. There's let's see. There's a lot of. I think there's a lot of history movies coming out too.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Power Rangers movies I'm a little iffy about, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
I'm nervous about that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway though, probably.
An Aliens remake or?
Yeah, no, it's a one that continued. So basically, Prometheus is before the first Alien movie, and so it's like a little. So that's gonna be after Prometheus and before the first Alien, I think.
Okay.
I think.
And then there's gonna be another Transformers. So some more eye candy, really.
Oh, I wish they still had the dinosaurs.
Maybe I don't know the story behind it, but I hope if I do see it, I think Mark Wahlberg will have a better direction since he won't have to worry about his daughter. Or unless they throw that back in, then it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
I'll rate that lower than.
Anyway, 2017 movies wise looks really promising, and we're about to do
the last top 10.
The last top 10, which is top 10 shows that we watched in 2016. If y'all would pop over there for the next video, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.